The stock market is rigged, and today, April 1st, 2024, Wall Street made it look like we were going to have an epic trading session. But the joke's on us. There was nothing except for the early morning action with these bear bombs. Now, these alerts go for 267%. You could have gotten your money and gotten out. This is not a setup that I love to trade, but here's how you could have done it. 10 a.m. tradability notification, 100%. That puts us in normal mode right here. Normal typically means mean reversion. We go up, we come back down. When these bear bombs right here fire off, 10:05, the important thing to notice is, look, they come after a nuke, right? Here we're above 447, and we drop all the way almost to 446. So you're basically getting a little bit over $1 in 3 minutes. And the approach here needs to be pause, breathe, wait. And the same thing goes for a bull bomb that comes like right here, right? Because you just moved up, it could pull back, it could keep going, but we want to be patient and look for a better entry. And you're able to get that because as soon as these alerts come in, we bounce right back up to 447. So we can keep, that bearish bias, right? Because the bear bombs came in. And I mean, if you're taking it right here, you're buying the 447 put slightly in or slightly out of the money. And look, 10:16, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, you're getting over $1.40. That's basically 100% right there, quickly. Bing, bang, boom. Going back to the full view, right? We take that here. Definitely would have exited here just because I hate trading puts, scared of them constantly. This one is really interesting, okay? So it comes at the blue line, and it is a good trade. Now, the result isn't as spectacular, but it's a good trade because here's why. Look at that, 101.73%, and volume is at 113%. So when you take this trade, okay, we're coming down, but volume is going up. And typically, what that means is we're going to see 3 strikes in that direction. 3 strikes below the blue line, right? So here, we can hold on to this thing, but as soon as it bounces, we'll probably get out. Most of the time, normally, when we're over 120%, we're going to go down 3 strikes here. We don't even make it 2. That was the session. This was like the only thing that happened the entire day. And that's for like every ticker. Because look, we bounce and then it's just ping pong, right? And it's ping pong at 444. We never touch 443 and we never touch 445 until the end. And like this is so important. So important. When this is happening and there are no alerts, do not trust it. What I mean by that is here, you're probably thinking, oh, we're just going to rip back up. And it doesn't. It stops. Here you think, oh my gosh, we're going to nuke, but it doesn't, right? And then this chop, 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 chop. That is very typical when we do not see an alert. Wall Street is not participating actively with big size, which means nothing is going to happen. And that's exactly what we see here, right? The last alert we fire is at 11:09, and then after that, there's nothing. This is a desert wasteland of non-tradability. Let's look at SPY. SPY, we're on nightmare mode. Why? Because volume is just below 100%. Get a similar setup here. Definitely would not trade this personally. Why? Because we're below the blue line and volume is low, right? So kind of expect mean reversion. But right, this is the same thing. We sell off and then this thing just ping pongs. 521, 522, closing slightly higher. So we're really not looking for trades until after 1300. You get one alert here, does nothing. We don't like it. Why? Because we only want to trade bulls below with negative PS and bears positive PS. This is a bear below the blue line here. You get nothing. The last one, this is coming 5 minutes before the close. We did not really get any kind of rip here. And this is the same thing. This thing comes in. If you're still trading, props to you. We were doing it a little bit. But right, this is coming after a big move up from 522. That's not a good trade to take. You want that thing down here, when it looks like we're going to nuke. But really, overall, today, terrible trading session, especially if you don't like trading bears below the blue. Nvidia actually had some pretty good alerts. Look how clean this is. Rocking up 48% on a Monday. Why? Because you're getting 1, 2, almost 3 strikes, 3.5. And then when we get to the top, look at all the bears come in, right? 1, 2, almost 3 or 4. Bears, 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 bears. And this is a good trade. 83%. After that, right, it's the same thing everywhere. 12 o'clock, and then it just ping pongs. Except Nvidia is going 895 to 900, back below, a little bit above 900. Garbage. Pure garbage. I mean, 5%, who cares? Who cares? If you wanted to, taking this obviously follows Rig's strategy. Why? Because volume's low, right? Here, we're looking at 73%. You're 4 strikes up. This is going to tell you, take the trade. Let's see it. Trade it. Trade it. Trade it. Extremely high risk. And you get nothing, minus 40%. Trade it. You're getting 81.19% in 2 hours, which is beautiful. And that's like basic rigged strategy. When we are up more than 3 strikes on low volume, bears are where you want to be. Same thing goes if you're down 3. Bulls are where you want to be. Let's check out Tesla. Nightmare mode, same thing. 1, 2, almost 3. How did these things do? Let's see it. 68%. Not bad for a Monday. Then the rest of it, this is pretty good. 172.50. You're just seeing all the bulls come in. So if you wanted to trade it, right? Is that the open? Oh, it's final. Right? You see this? Okay, we've moved up. Maybe you're taking it down here. Trading Tesla on a Monday is a little bit crazy. But it's really interesting how the entire market, we get the sell-off in the morning, and then they just chopped it the rest of the day. It's very typical to see this happen on a Friday. They make their money and leave, but it can happen any day of the week. AMD, nightmare, and what happens? Look at this. You go up 1, 2, 2.5. All these guys are late. Like when you see this, if you're trading it, you got to know this is late. PS 4.4. You're late. You've just moved up. Don't trade it. The only time we'll take that when we are basically on easy mode or full send. if you can do that, if you can like just recognize this concept that if we are up 3, even up 2 on low volume, nightmare, hard mode, do not take a bull. Do not do it. Just like if we are down 2 or 3 from the blue and you get a bear, don't do it. If you can do those 2 things, you can trade options here. You can crush it because you're at a disadvantage. Not going to win those very often. We want winners. Overall, nothing spectacular about today. Let's hope we get some action tomorrow. Have a good one. Keep it frosty. You can see all of the links, all of the flow pages. Click the links below. Come join us at Rigged. $20 for 20 days. Could change your life. Could ruin it. Have a good one. Keep it frosty.